Hello. Uh, this week I lost, 2.8 pounds, and that's how much I lost for the week, which gives me an overall weight loss of 35.4 pounds. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a little surprised I lost so much weight. I didn't think I was going to lose 2.8 pounds, but I did. And the reason I thought that is because I haven't been eating all of my regular um, the diet food, or maybe that's the wrong word. I've been eating the regular food that I would eat on my diet. I've been eating out, and but I have been tracking it though. So, which leads to the question: how do you lose weight when you're not eating, the food that you plan on eating, or or the food that you would eat on a diet? And And the answer to that is, at least for me, the answer is, this has worked for me, is I track my food. Um, if you don't know, I'm on Weight Watchers, and Weight Watchers, assigns a point value to each food. A lot of foods are 0 points, but when you eat out, a lot of the foods are points, and you have to stay within your daily points and your weekly points. And if you do that, you should lose weight. And that's what I did. It's just like in accounting, or if you own a business. One of the most important things you need to know is your cost. How much does it cost to make a product? Well, the same thing can be applied to losing weight. What will the cost be for eating this food? And that's what I did. I I ate the food. I tracked it, which means I kept count of how many points that I was using up, and I stayed within my allotted points, and that's how I lost weight. Now, by this time of the of my videos, according to my analytics, most people are not watching, so I can say whatever I want now and don't have to worry about it. Um, my life has not been as business as usual. A couple weeks ago, my mother died. I we lived in the same house. She lived upstairs. I lived downstairs, and I found her passed away one day. It was it was not a surprise. I mean, she had health problems, and we're kind of expecting it. But let's see. Just looking at my notes here. Like I said, it has not been business as usual. It's been kind of overwhelming. I've had to. I've been making arrangements for her burial, and I also have been having to pay for everything, which means money is very tight, and I can't give her the very best, but I can give her what I can. I can pay for what I can, and so I've been dealing with that. And what else? Um, Another thing that's been that's come as a realization is I won't be able to stay in this home. I'm going to have to sell it, which means, first of all, I'm going to be giving some of the stuff away. Everything went to me, and I'm going to give some stuff away to my cousins, because they were very close uh, to my mother, and I want to make sure they have something to remember her by. But everything else, I am going to have a giant estate sale. I'm going to try to sell everything I possibly can. And what I can't sell, I'm just going to have it hauled off to the dump because I need to sell this house, and I I won't have the money to be able to fix it up. And this house does need some major repairs. So I'm going to have to sell the house as is. And so that leads to another thing. I don't know by when this is all over how how much cash I'm actually going to be getting. And what else did I write down? And then there's the other stuff that goes along when somebody dies is like, um, you know, going in, canceling the utilities and take them out of her name, and closing her bank accounts, and administrative type stuff like like that I have to take care of, and I haven't even begun to get started with that yet. I'm also going to need to get an appraisal of everything for taxes, and and everything was put into a living trust. So hopefully, I'm not going to be paying uh, a whole bunch in taxes. I think when I sell the house, I think the only tax I was told that I'm going to have to pay is some county tax, which is just a small amount. And then there comes the point is when I move out, where am I going to live? And as of right now, I don't really have an answer. I don't know. That's a that's a good question. I don't know what my finances are going to be. I mean, I'm on Social Security right now, and I'm not sure how much I'm going to be getting from the estate sale and from the sale of the house. But when everything gets sold and everything gets settled, I want to move out of the state. I live in the state of Washington. I want to move to either Los Angeles, California, or to Orlando, Florida. And Los Angeles, California's a beautiful state. The weather's really good. It's uh, LA is a big city, so they have everything that you could possibly want. Um, they do have earthquakes every now and then, and the traffic's not that great. But but I think it'd be a really good place to live, um, even though they do have a state income tax, which I'm not too crazy about. The other place is Orlando, Florida. Orlando has a lot of benefits. I mean, it's close to the parks, like Walt Disney and Universal and SeaWorld and all those places, and it's really close to cruising, like cruising on a ship. It's really close to that. The weather is fairly good, except I hear in the summertime it gets pretty hot and humid, and and that's something that I would have to deal with. And also they have hurricanes, and since Orlando is inland, it won't be as bad as if I lived on the coast, but it'll still be bad. I mean, there could be a lot of damage if a hurricane hits, and so that's something that I needed to consider. And Orlando is so far away from everybody that I know too. Where California, at least I'm on the same coast as my relatives are, But I think going to Orlando would be a good adventure, a new start. And I'm really considering moving to Orlando, but I still can't get Los Angeles out of my mind. I mean, I seem to have, even though the political climate isn't what I want there, the the state income tax is not what I want. I still have like more peace about moving to Los Angeles than I do Orlando. So I got to figure this out, and I'm going to have to do it fairly soon. Well, that's pretty much all I got to say for this video. Um, I do want to also say that my cousins have really stepped up and helped out. Uh, yeah, I don't want to name names because they don't know I'm making this video, and I don't have their permission to say their name. But like one of them's been there to help me arrange her burial, and she, and she also paid for the vaulted urn, which I thought was really nice. My other cousin has, on the day my mom died, wanted to come over. I mean, he lives about 2 hours away, and he wanted to come over and just spend some time. And and I told him that not tonight, yeah, because I had somebody else over, and he's invited me over to a barbecue, and he's offered to help me um, with the moving stuff, like helping packing stuff up, and which I'm going to probably take advantage of because I'm going to need a lot of help. Because in this house there's just so much stuff. I mean, over it was like a lifetime of just stuff back from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and so on. Just stuff, you know, being collected, and it's going to take a lot to get rid of it all. But I think that's it for this video. And if you're watching, um, give this. I would ask to give this video a thumbs up, and to subscribe and follow me on my journey of losing 200 pounds. It sure has taken a turn that I did not expect when I started this, but it is what it is. My name is Ron Adey. I'm a 62-year-old man trying to lose 200 pounds on Weight Watchers, and I'm loving every minute of it. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.